Good afternoon. I'm excited about today's interview with the Meeting of the Stars. We're interviewing somebody that I've known for almost 28 years, a superstar in the Fort Lauderdale office, Ross Herman. Ross, tell me, why did you get into real estate?
Well, Phil, I was very fortunate in that when I graduated college, I had the opportunity to take a position with a startup company and travel the country in a sales position. And great opportunity, but in the late 70s and early 80s, when the economy started to falter, I saw that as an opportunity to strike out on my own and headed to South Florida. In that, while working for that company, I saw South Florida as a undiscovered gem, kind of a diamond in the rough, to palm trees, blue sky, similar to California, but without all the growth and mayhem that California was experiencing. And in coming to South Florida, I saw real estate brokerage, specifically commercial real estate, as an opportunity to utilize all that I'd learned in college in a business program and just put that to good use. Meeting with clients, ascertaining their needs, then developing a marketing plan, putting that into effect, the negotiating of the sale, educating the buyers, and bringing forth all that information that's necessary for them to make an educated decision. Then working through the closing process, bringing it all to fruition. You see, Phil, that's really what it's all about, just satisfying the clients and achieving that goal.
Leading into the same basic question, and you just partially answered it, why did you decide on commercial as opposed to starting out in residential and then evolving into commercial?
Well, the commercial was really the goal. That's really what I was shooting for, and that's where my expertise or training was in college as far as business. So I was aiming to take advantage of that knowledge and put it to use, and the commercial arena afforded me that opportunity.
That's great. I know that you've sold over $300 million in your career, probably even more than that. And you're shooting, I understand, for $10 million this year.
That's correct.
And that'll be fantastic. Wife Karen works with you.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to have the ability to work with one spouse in the business. Real estate can be very stressful, very trying, very time-consuming, and not only on the real estate broker, but on his family as well. So when you miss that dinner or you miss your daughter's dance recital, it's understood when your spouse is in the business as well. And on those challenging days, it's good to have the one partner to kind of bring up the other partner and keep things moving forward.
So you've learned how to develop a way to work both of them in, doesn't it sound?
Most definitely. And actually, when our daughter, she actually just started high school this year. As a toddler, we were bringing
I remember when she was about this big.
Yeah, exactly. To me, it doesn't seem that long ago myself.
Yeah, I know.
I bring her on inspections. She knew about termites and tenting buildings, and now she's involved in our dinner conversations regarding various aspects of the business. And
does she want to get into real estate?
Well, I'm not really sure. She's just a freshman in high school and looking as far as what college to go to, let alone what career to choose. But to have her see actually what her parents do day in and day out to put the bread on the table and the roof over her head, just it's an exciting opportunity for all of us.
That's great. I want to go back to the beginning again. When you started in commercial real estate, I know we all make mistakes, but can you think back to mistakes that you kind of laugh about today, but that you think you could have solved if you had known a little more about real estate, and to help new associates to avoid those mistakes?
Well, I know when I came down here to get into the business, it was gung-ho, put in the time, go to all the classes, read the books, 7 days a week, 10 hours a day, and climbing that ladder of success, which eventually was attained. But now that I look back, I realize probably could have done it a lot easier and somewhat sooner by locating a mentor to really help train me and learn the business with their tutelage versus trying to do it all on my own.
That's great, because I know we have the coaches program within the Kai's company where we put new associates with those people. Can I ask you, you have a business plan?
Correct.
And how often do you review it?
Probably that's reviewed almost on a daily basis, because the plan is set up, which of course the lifeblood of the business is to get out there and follow a roadmap. You have to have a roadmap to get to that certain destination. But we find most important keeping tabs on ourselves to be sure we're staying on track, doing what's necessary, what needs to be done on a daily basis. And as long as we keep achieving those daily goals, the end result is sure to come.
So you actually do review your business plan on a daily basis?
Yes.
That's unique. There are very few top producers in the company that actually do that. But I know a few that do, but most of them don't. They usually review it on a weekly or a monthly basis. One final question. If you could give a new associate advice as to, let's say they wanted to emulate your success and become a Ross Herman in the company, would you recommend that they go commercial first, directly into it, or go residential and evolve into commercial? And then also, any ideas that you would like to give them to become successful?
Well, Phil, that's a good question, because actually, when I started in the business, I did start in the residential arena just to learn the business. I'd never owned any real estate. The most involved I'd been in real estate was renting an apartment, and then transitioned into the commercial arena. However, if one were able to find a mentor to help guide them, it may be beneficial if they're looking for commercial as the end result to just jump right into the commercial aspects of the business and move forward from there.
Are there any other things or tidbits of wisdom that you could give associates that would like to?
I would say definitely take advantage of all the classes that are offered. You know, one of the reasons that I chose the Kai's company was because of their top-notch training program. So the idea is learn as much as you can and really commit to it. It's the bottom line when it comes to the real estate brokerage business is discipline, is going out and doing what needs to be done on a daily basis. And when one commits to the process and actually goes forth and follows that roadmap on a daily basis, you know, they're bound to succeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the hardest working salespeople I know, and a real gentleman. Thank you very much, Ross. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Phil. Pleasure.